Migration of Palestinians, Part 6, Building a Prophetic City. By Walker von Krieg, a Jonsquill Ministries production. In this sixth and final look into the subject of finding a destination for over 1 million people who identify themselves as Palestinians, I would remind you of who among those people we are considering. I have already proposed a destination for those who have been identified as terrorists and incorrigible participants in support for terrorism, such as those who followed Hamas into Israel on October 7, 2023. Because they are unfit for civilized association, I proposed an exile into the middle of the Sahara or Gobi Desert, with resources to allow them to become self-sustaining. There might be a need for 2 locations since Palestinian terrorism includes both Fatah and Hamas factions. Of course, this would include any family members who would choose to follow them. This article addresses the remaining people which, because of the weakness of governments, would probably number about 2 million souls. These people have had generations of brainwashing leading to hatred of Jews. Whatever is done with them should consist of an educational program, much like the denazification program that happened in Germany after World War II. We take note that this program was not entirely successful then, and there should be no anticipation of total success now. The fact that a reformation cannot be entirely successful means this factor must be taken into consideration. Previously, I had mentioned Congo had offered to take some Palestinian migrants into their country. The question I did not know the answer to then was, which Congo country had made the offer? After some research, it seemed most likely the country making the offer was the Democratic Republic of Congo. I have reason to believe that since then that offer has been withdrawn. That could be linked to observation of the native Palestinian behavior since that offer was first made. I am not going to consider the original motivations in this report. The conclusion of the subject of a future home has waited because I wanted to offer a reasonable outcome that was cost-effective. This led to consideration of possible island construction. But the problem connected with this is significant. It is not cost-effective. It had occurred to me that they might be relocated into the region of the ancient city of Babylon. This keeps them distant from the Kurds but too close to Iran for my peace of mind, so initially I rejected the idea. But the thought was reborn during my Bible study. Twice in the 14th chapter of Isaiah, the word Palestina is used in the text. This was written long before the Romans would coin the word Palestine. The word is derived from the Aramaic word, pelesheth, which basically means a sojourner or migratory. This chapter follows the burden of Babylon in the preceding chapter, and some expositors see the chapter in which this word occurs twice as connected. Below are the 2 verses in question. Isaiah 14 verse 29 says, "Rejoice not thou, whole Palestina, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken, for out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent." Isaiah 14 verse 31 says, "Howl, O gate, cry, O city, thou, whole Palestina, art dissolved, for there shall come from the north a smoke, and none shall be alone in his appointed times." After some reflection, the conclusion was that the very word of God has shown what should be done with the people called Palestinians. They should be transported to Iraq en masse, where they can be settled and gainfully employed in the current rebuilding of the ancient city of Babylon and also in renewing its ancient channel to the sea. The United States owns over 100 acres of land there, where they could be temporarily encamped while permanent homes erected. They could then join the workforce and accomplish the rebuilding and modernization the United Nations is waiting upon, so they can move their headquarters to that location. In the final analysis, I think this is the only solution that makes sense. This has been a Jonsquill Ministries production. Please like, share, and subscribe.